Welcome to the AreYouAnnie podcast, where those who have walked through fire or are still walking through it come to get to the other side of narcissistic abuse. If that's you, if you're still in the fire, if you are still picking up the pieces and finding your way forward, I want you to know you are not alone. I'm your host, Kyle Hackley, attorney, mother, grandmother, and author of Undercurrent, a story about Annie Black, a young woman who is trapped in a narcissistic relationship, but finds her courage to escape and reclaim her life and her identity. While Annie is a fictional character, her story is so real because it's woven through the many voices of the women who spoke to me and relayed to me their stories of narcissistic abuse. And it's because of those women I've been propelled to create this space called AreYouAnnie. In a recent episode, we talked about why narcissists lie about you. And in this episode, we're going to talk about why narcissists lie about themselves, why they have this need to recreate history and their need to always control the narrative. So let's get to it. Have you ever looked back on an event and thought, wait, that's not how it happened, is it? Well, maybe you were certain about something, but the person you are with insists that you're all wrong, so much though that you started to believe their version of the story. This is what happens when narcissists rewrite history. They turn themselves into the hero. They erase their mistakes and they cast doubt on your memories until you don't even trust yourself. First, I think why the narcissist does this is they just need to be the hero. Why they lie about themselves is because they really can't handle the reality. But why is that? At their core, narcissists have such a fragile ego. They can't tolerate being wrong or flawed or anything less than perfect. Reality threatens their carefully crafted self-image, so they rewrite history to maintain their illusion of being superior. Let's face it, a fragile ego that can't handle the truth. Well, narcissists present themselves as confident and in control. The reality is, though, their self-worth is unstable and dependent upon external validation. When faced with a truth that contradicts their perception or their version of themselves, then they have to rewrite the past instead of accepting it. And this is why accountability is so impossible for them. They simply cannot accept being wrong or being at fault. There's also a cognitive dissonance and self-justification going on. When their real behavior contradicts their self-image, it creates a cognitive dissonance. It's a deep mental discomfort from holding conflicting beliefs. Instead of acknowledging their mistakes, they alter their own perception to justify their actions, convincing themselves that they were always right. This is why so many narcissists don't just manipulate others, they truly believe their own lies. There's also kind of a pathological lying as a defense mechanism happening. Their lies aren't always calculated. Many narcissists generally believe their own fiction because admitting the truth would mean acknowledging their flaws. They're not going to do that. They always have to be the hero in every story. They'll be the victim when necessary, but they're never going to be the villain. The more they repeat their version of events, the more real it becomes to them. So we need to ask why they can't accept any accountability. If they do, they lose their power over others. So instead, what they're going to do, they're going to shift the blame, distort facts, convince themselves and others that they were always the reasonable one, the stable one, the smart one. And if you dare challenge their version of events, you become the problem. Naturally, this has an adverse impact on their partner. When a narcissist redefines reality, it leaves their partner questioning their own memories. I know sometimes it's hard to believe, but it really happens. You may find yourself wondering, did I really say that? Did I overreact? And this is how the narcissist maintains control, by keeping you off balance and doubting yourself, while they are the ones that appear calm, rational, and put together. So how do they do this? A narcissist's greatest tool is confusion. They can create chaos, distort facts, and it happens. It leaves you questioning what is real. The more disoriented you are, the easier it is for them to control the narrative. Of course, they're going to gaslight you into believing their version of events so that you will start doubting your version. And the more confused you become, the easier it is for them to rewrite history. But this isn't accidental. Narcissists create the chaos on purpose. When they keep you in a state of uncertainty, they can step in and redefine reality on their terms. But here's where it gets even more dangerous. When they sense that you're starting to see through their lies, when they feel that you're pulling away, they're going to panic. And when a narcissist feels like they're losing control, they're going to do whatever they have to do to sabotage you. And so that's why keeping your next move quiet is very important. It will protect you from their interference. Let's talk about why staying quiet is sometimes the most powerful tool you have. If a narcissist senses you're planning something that they can't control, they will try to sabotage you. The best strategy, make your plans in silence. I know that's hard, but the less they know, the less they can interfere. So what is the warrior's path to freedom? Clarity is a huge weapon for you. The more clarity you have, the less power they have over you. Their control thrives on all your self-doubt, your fear, and all of the second guessing that you may do. But once you can see their patterns and you can trust yourself again, that's going to be the first step to regaining your freedom and your peace of mind. So the narcissist's greatest weapon is deception, but their biggest fear is your clarity. The moment you're able to stop second-guessing yourself, the moment you stop letting them redefine your reality, the moment you can take quiet, intentional steps toward your freedom, they start to lose their power. So I want you to stay strong, stay clear, and most importantly, stay quiet about your next move until you're ready. Now, that's why AreYouAnnie exists, because Annie just isn't one person. Annie is anyone who's ever been in a place of confusion, fear, self-doubt. Annie is every woman and every man who has struggled to break free from the cycle of narcissistic abuse. So to every Annie out there who has found even just a tad of validation through these discussions, I want you to know that I see you and I appreciate you. And if any of these conversations speak to something in you, please share them, because you never know who might need to hear them. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, because you could be helping another Annie in search of her validation. And as always, I want you to remember, you are stronger than you know. And I want you to be tenacious and never give up on what you believe in. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you. Until next time.